Welcome back to Farm Sim 22. This is Millstown, and I'm playing start from scratch mode with a hard on the economy. So we'll just this these are the only three things that I own, and of course there's no way to get rid of the flower production. So we will have a little more money coming in as the it need whenever it needs to be emptied. Uh, Wrong button. I want to check for contracts and see what. There's a mowing job. I don't want to make money too quick, but yeah, I don't want to really take forever. Uh, Field 25. How big is Field 25? Uh, there's 26 and 27. 24. Uh, 22. 20. 19. It's not down there. Those are 30s, so it has to be up here somewhere. Oh, there's field 25. It's right across from the shop. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Not positive, or not totally used to playing again, but hey, I'll go ahead and take that job since it's directly across the road. So we'll borrow the equipment. And, well, I'm going to have to get some fertilizer. Let's do big bag. Uh, Fertilizer. And we'll get 4 bags should do that filled, if I remember correctly, from my test profile. And I'm going to try it without using the front weight. I don't think the weight really matters in 22, if I remember correctly, but I know in 25 it does. this is one part I do like. You don't have to have a forklift or telehandler or a skid steer putting the bags up in there. Simply pull up and eat. With my controller, I'm just pushing down on the left joystick to refill. With I've got an Xbox controller. I do have crop destruction turned off though, and I got traffic turned off as well. And this appears to be a cotton field. Yep, cotton. And it's a good thing I got crop destruction turned off because if you notice, this spreader has wide tires on it. And if we need more fertilizer, it's right across the road. Just kind of keeping an eye on the left side, make sure it gets every bit, which it is. It's better to put all the way to the edge than not get a whole field, especially with a contract, because then they'll say missing crop. So that's the reason I do things my way. Just certain things you learn from experience. Forgot to turn on the mini map, make sure I'm going to turn in the right place when I get down to this end. It's better to have overlap than not have any gap, or better than have overlap and no gaps than to have a gap and in between your passes. I can kind of see where that was coming up the hill, so I basically could tell when to turn. It just a little bit of a different color where the fertilizer has been put down than the regular dirt paths. And of course, the with fertilizer, it goes a little wider than what the lime does, is another key to remember. Go down right beside that path that I did coming up, and then pull over. And if you use the mini map with precision farming, you can basically tell exactly where you need to go. And that's that field. And I know it was like 6:35 when I started recording, and it's 6:48 now, so we'll unload if it'll allow. Yes, it will. Okay, and then I can, and I do have automatic engine start turned off just because that's the way I'm used to playing. And we will collect on that. Been completed. And then field 7. Okay, which I know whereabouts that is. And field 7, if I remember right, that's a little bigger than what we just did. Oh, that one's not showing the divider very good. But field 7's right here, and which ain't too far away. We'll go ahead and take that contract. Uh, there, we're going to lose $586 for the equipment, but rental, but we're borrowing, so we'll just and since we still have 4 containers of fur, we can, and of course I already checked to see what was on sale, and they don't have a spreader or anything on sale, even though I do have my own tractor. I could personally lease a spreader and it'd be getting a little more money, but yeah, I'd have the lease fee expense that I'd have to be covering. And right now, I don't feel like doing that. So, okay, that's 17. 7 on the other side of the pond or lake or whatever you want to call it. Body of water. But it kind of dead ends over on the other side of the bridge. So since there's right up there by those trees, there's a place where you could back a water trailer in to fill up with water. And right there's field 7, but you have to come in from this gravel road. Yes, if we're using manure or slurry, we could fill up right there. I I don't know why, but I always seem to prefer to go clockwise when I'm doing stuff. I guess it's because I'm right-handed and all you gotta do is turn right on the corners. As long as it's a square or rectangle field, anyways. If if it's one of those fields that's not does that not shaped like an S or anything, then with those fields you basically are not going to be just making right turns on those fields. Different maps are different ways. I don't remember. I don't think there's any of those goofy shaped fields in this map. Oh, got a little too close to that edge. Field 8 ready to harvest. If if it was on a contract, that would be a nice one to get and it, well, I don't know if I'd have the money, at least a decent combine right now. And on the flower production, I've already sold 4 pallets of flour to the pizza shop. Because they were paying the best price. Um, and I know it's going to be Wednesday when everybody sees this, and I'm recording this on Sunday night. So I hope everybody had a good weekend, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. And Also, I hope you have a good weekend coming up. That's a thing about Wednesday's videos. You can put it both ways. There's one little strip in between where I went down and this pass. Yep, it's covering everything so far. And OBS is looking good as well. Well, Miss Frames is kind of getting it up, and the skip frame, so I don't know. Maybe. Oh, I, I missed a spot right there. I I hope this video comes out good. But right here's where you always spawn in on a start from scratch and new or a God, I can't remember the medium farm manager mode, but the house sets right here on new farmer mode. And um, I haven't bought any property yet, so uh, I'll, I'll I'll have to definitely preview the the video before I upload it. Make sure that it, it's going to be good to upload. Uh, 38's ready to be harvested. Oh, uh, what would it cost to lease a combine? I wonder. Let me just check. Elsewise, I could buy a spreader and okay, let's see. let's say I want to lease the case combine. How much is it to lease? Uh, say we go standard, that's going to save us 2,500 anyways. Okay, it's 15,000 to lease it. You know what? I think we are going to do a harvest. Okay, and now I need to get the get a header for it. Let's go with this header. And I do have the speed mod in, and which just kind of helps a little bit, but 6.9 miles an hour versus 6 is good enough. We're not doing crazy stuff. Oh, no, I just want to lease it. I didn't want to buy it. I okay, I got that, and see, then I have to come down to headers. Um, we'll go with the cheaper trailer on lease it. We don't care about color since we are not buying it. Okay. And since we got our own tractor and trailer, we can just use it to take the grain to wherever they're wanting it. With these smaller trailers, it's pretty simple. Remember, just line up with the center holder and with the center of the combine, and then just get about right there, drop the trailer, or drop the header on the trailer, and there it snapped into place. And uh, oh, I didn't accept the contract. X for accept the contract, and that is field 38. and 38 is over by the second farm. Even though there's not any traffic turned on, go ahead and hit the beacons. Only thing I gotta be careful about is when I cross railroad tracks, I gotta watch out for the train. Oh boy, this is gonna be putting. That means I'm gonna have to put a green on the train. It looks like, unless well, there goes the train right there. Good, I won't have to worry about it. I think it's just the draw distance that's making them disappear right there because the track, as you can see by the map, goes further than that point, but he's across the crossing, so don't have to worry about that. Not while taking the combine over, anyways. But when I bring the tractor and trailer down, I might have to. And I did do a harvest contract on field 40, I believe it was. Well, it's right across the railroad tracks, the one I did it on. And that one gave me a John Deere combine. I harvested this field, which was wheat. 41 is the field I did. Yeah. I was thinking this was the field, which it is. Go ahead and unfold the harvester while I get hooked onto the header. Even though without traffic turned on, yes, I could have just hooked the header on and drove down, but I hit left bumper B to lower it and left bumper X to turn the header on, which just makes it like more realistic. Don't need the beacon on anymore. and I don't want to pay a AI helper, so I'll just go until I get full, and then I'll tab back to the store and get the tractor and trailer. Oh, man. How's the OBS looking now? Well, it's not looking as bad now, but it's still showing that there's 60 frames missed, or 68 frames missed due to lag, so that might have been a hiccup in the internet. Everything's looking good though now, besides that 68 frames missed due to the lag. We'll find out when I preview the video though on if it's going to be usable. This is the longest test I've done on it. Oh. Oh, it maybe I should have bumped the working speed up some, because it, even though 7 miles an hour is really realistic speed, it's making it take forever to get the field harvested. And I do have other modded combines, harvesters, whichever you prefer to call them, installed and turned on. I just was thinking this might be the cheapest, but decent size, because I had a feeling this was going to be a good sized field. And I knew I was going to have a decent grain tank. Elsewise, it'd be like every so often, every side or every end, I'd have to wind up emptying with a smaller grain tank capacity. And of course, this is the way Brad M73 does it, and it just makes the field look a little better. And that's where I learned the trick from. And he is one of the people that got me hooked on Farm Sim to where I got the demo of Farm Sim 13. And then I just played it until Farm Sim 19 came out. 17, I know a lot of people like 17, but to me, I just couldn't deal with the lighting engine on it. That's the only thing I had against 17. And of course, I was too busy working when 15 and 17 actually came out. So I didn't have time to play games back then. So, of course, got to where as I got older and started working for myself and it had more free time. That's when I decided by 19 and I had a decent laptop back then. And then I finally saved up the money and got a regular desktop PC, and the laptop started acting up, so I just went ahead and continued with the playing on the desktop. And that's the reason why I got crop destruction turned off. Is that way Bill will do that and see there's the tractor, get it warmed up, and then unhook the trailer from this little dump truck, and then we'll hook the tractor on behind it. And I'm not going to be just using John Deere case and this. I'll, I'll be switching around, and I probably have a little bit of each make. Once I get the money saved up for getting the farmland and then getting it set up and everything. I may just buy a field and do a farm build and like take part of a field and set it up as the farmyard. Yeah, it's a draw distance that's causing that because train disappearing. Well, it got the drop frames from lag has jumped up to 72. Ooh, average time renders jumped up into yellow there for a second. But I've got my low frame per second set at 20, so frames per second, so and on the second monitor I've got it to where it's showing exactly what the on the screen that you all are seeing, and it's not real bad, but I can see some difference. I may wind up having to buy a different trailer. We'll see how much of the grain tank that we get put into this trailer. This trailer was on sale, so that's the reason why I got it. And this is actually the first load I've hauled in this trailer. Okay, it held the whole grain tank, and that's 87% full. We'll pull this over here out of the way. So I can harvest that same amount and see how by going on out it covered up that bare ground from what's been harvested. Just makes it look a little better in my opinion by doing that. We'll turn cruise control on. That way I don't have to sit there and hold the trigger on my controller. This is a pretty map. I kind of enjoy it. And I know Farmson Freak's internet is not strong enough for him to stream right now, so that's why he hasn't been streaming. But it his internet now is strong enough to where he can at least play games, but just not strong enough to stream on. And I believe he said he's going to look into trying to get some stronger internet so he can get back to streaming. And I have seen him on Steam playing War of Thunder, and he's played FS25 and 8 American Truck Sim. And by doing it this way, my pipe's always on the outside for whenever it gets full, and it each it just keeps getting a smaller area on each every time I do a new lap. 40% completed of the contract. I was thinking it should have been closer to 50, but well, of course, delivering the wheat to the wherever it's going is going to be part of the contract as well. I I know we got enough to finish off that trailer load. That's in the grain tank right now, but I am going to just keep going until the grain tank's full and whatever's left in it is what it's going to have to go into the second trailer load. Let's hear. Whoa, that's an hour? Whew. Okay, well, maybe we will end the harvest part and then we'll go ahead and take what's in the trailer to wherever it's going. And then I'll call it a video when we get done emptying the trailer. Let's see, where's this supposed to be going? North Farms Supply Production. Okay. I had another contract that went there, so I can. eh, I will be able to drive there. I don't have to put it on the train. Even though you can do that. And then on the next episode, we'll wind up finishing this field, and I may go ahead and get a bigger trailer since this barely holds the one grain tank load. And in theory, the trailer should hold twice as much as what the grain tank holds. Um, okay, it ain't that turn there. Even though that would probably let it up that direction. Well, no, that is the road I need to be on. That other's the railroad track. That white line's the railroad track line. I forgot. Trains just coming past or getting ready to come in to where we're going, which is where the exclamation mark is. The train's going past it right now. I would have had to use that silo right there at that second farm to load the train and then wait for the train to get there, and there's the train right there. And I would had back up the track to the other side of the town and it wind up transferring from one train to the other train, and it's if you miss the timing, it it's not good. Uh, I lost track of. I'm thinking it's this, but I don't see my cursor anymore. Okay, there I am. Yeah, this is it. It is hiding behind the exclamation mark. See, right there's the railroad dump trigger. Uh, oh, it's round front. I totally forgot. Where the trigger was. Getting distracted with the train. Okay, that is half, and 35% of the grain transported. Well, this turned out to be longer than I expected, but take care, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye now. Have a good one.